On our way to Kobe, Kansas, and if you haven't checked out the stories recently, you gotta go check the stories on Insta and Facebook. But as you all probably know, there's 4 different tasks that Mr. Privilege has asked us to do. One of them is to tell the story of shelter and also ShelterBox. So we're gonna continue our theme from our last episode and bring you a personal story from a disaster situation in Malawi.
Jason, for the 1000th time, they're called ShelterBox stories. ShelterBox stories. It's very simple.
Yes, they're called ShelterBox stories, and we're going to dig into the ShelterBox story of the day from Malawi.
Grace, a 45-year-old mother of 4, lived a peaceful life with her family in a small village of Evacuation nestled beside the Shire, Malawi's largest river. But one night, the calm was shattered as the river swelled, its waters flooding into their home in the early hours. It was around 3 a.m., Grace recalls. We were asleep when we realized the water was coming inside the house. We all ran for our lives to the island, leaving everything behind. The island, which had become a refuge for nearly 400 others fleeing the floods, was surrounded by water. Grace, with her youngest child on her back and another on her shoulders, and her husband carrying the other 2 children, waited anxiously for rescue. They spent the entire day stranded without food or water, hoping for a way out. When help finally arrived, the family evacuated by boat to Kasasi Camp, 2 kilometers from their submerged village. That night, Grace and her family found shelter with relatives who welcomed them into their home. Another organization provided food, allowing Grace to prepare a simple meal for her children, a small comfort after the chaos. For 24 days, Grace and her family lived with the relatives, their future uncertain, until ShelterBox Aid arrived May 1st, 2019. The relief was palpable. "We were very happy to now have our own place to stay," Grace shared. The ShelterBox kit provided more than just a roof. It restored a sense of normalcy and privacy for the family. Smiling broadly, Grace said, "It means that my husband and I can live together as man and wife again." The ShelterBox Aid didn't stop at providing shelter. Grace was also grateful for the kitchen set, which gave her the ability to cook meals and warm water to wash her children. These simple tools brought back a sense of routine and dignity to their lives. Today, Grace and her family have resettled on higher ground away from the river's reach. Their journey is a testament to the resilience and the power of collaboration, where organizations like ShelterBox come together with local communities to help families rebuild, not as saviors, but as partners in their journey towards a better future.
Remember to stay tuned on Instagram or Facebook so you can check out all the stories of all the behind-the-scenes action that is happening on our journey. We don't have a lot of time to get to the disaster simulator, and we will beat Mr. Privilege and make sure that we transform lives around the world.